DreAllDay.com.
Everybody, Dre Baldwin, DreAllDay.com. I know what this is. This is part 4 of 6. Part 4? Yes, 4 of 6. I'm going over Napoleon Hill's 31, what he listed as the major causes of failure in life for man. And man meaning human, not male or female. What are the reasons people fail in life? We already gone through the first 15 of these in the previous 3 videos. So check those videos if you have not yet. Check yourself if you have not yet, and check your associates if you have not yet. We're going to talk about associates in this video here, because the 5 that we're going to go over caution, bad choice of associates, prejudice, bad choice of vocation, and a lack of concentration of effort. These are the next 5 major causes of failure, number 16 through 20 in life for any human being. So let's get right into it. Number 1, over caution. This is a really good one, especially in the era that we live in now with so much information, where you got people like me and millions of others putting out videos, podcasts, books, blog posts, social media posts, telling you things, giving you, I guess, little blurbs of advice and information. And because you're taking in so much information, so many different gurus and experts and amateurs putting things out there and telling you things, you could think yourself to death. You could take in information forever. You could become a professional information gatherer, otherwise known as a pig, P-I-G. I laid this out in my book, Work on Your Game. If you don't have that book, get my book, Work on Your Game, where I lay out one of the major causes of failure, one of the major mental errors people make is being a professional information gatherer. All they do is gather information, gather tips, gather anecdotes, gather all these different pieces of information, but yet never do anything with it. Do not be so overcautious, gathering so much information, calculating every possible pitfall, that you never actually do something. All right, you're gonna mess up in life. Humans are not perfect. So if you're not making mistakes, you're not gonna make anything else either, including money, friends, relationships, influence, anything else. And people who are overcautious and when they finally do take action, you know what's left for them? The scraps left behind by the people who were bold and stepped into something even before they had all the information, or they were 100% sure everything would work out. Do not be overcautious, because it is a cause of failure. Number 2, bad choice of associates. Now, we talked about this in the wrong choice of a mate in the last video, a couple reasons for failure ago. This is just bad choice of associates, period. And I talked about that then. I said this could be a mate in business, in friendships, in anything. You could choose the wrong mate. And here Napoleon Hill lays it out. You choose the wrong associates, and he was talking specifically in business. I don't know if any of you have experience in business, going into a partnership with somebody and they ended up being the wrong person. They ended up being a little bit different type of individual than you thought they were, and they end up maybe double crossing you, costing you some money, or maybe they just weren't as ethical or as honest or as competent as you thought they were, and ended up hurting you, hurting your reputation, hurting your business, hurting your pockets in the long run. Maybe hurting your credit, hurting your reputation with the banks, with other people, with your customers, with whoever, because you chose the wrong associates. As we all know, you become the average of the people you spend the most time with. And it doesn't have to be 5 people. I know the saying is 5, but it's any people. If you spend the most time with 2 people, you're going to become them. You spend the most time with 20, you're going to become them. Whoever you associate with, you become. And even if you're not around them too much, if people come to associate you and another person together, because y'all do the same things, y'all go to the same places, y'all talk the same way, they may come to associate you with somebody who you may not even want to be associated with because of their bad reputation. But if you keep finding yourself around them, doing what they're doing, talking how they're talking, saying what they're saying, engaging in the same activities as them, hanging in the same circles as them, people are going to associate you with those people. I remember I had a coach when I was young, a basketball coach, and he said in the neighborhood, said to one of the players, "Yo, you be smoking weed, don't you?" He said that to one of the players. Player's like, "No, I don't be smoking weed. What you talking about?" And the coach said, "Yo, the dudes you hanging with, every time I drive by your block, you standing with some dudes who everybody in the neighborhood know they smoke weed." He said, and the player said, "Well, so what? Just because they smoke weed doesn't mean I smoke weed." And the coach said, "Yo, if you hang around some dudes who sell drugs all the time and you always with them, what's people gonna think about you?" And the player said, "They're gonna think I sell drugs." He said, "Okay, so if you hang around some dudes who smoke weed every day and everybody know, what do you think they're gonna think about you?" And the player said, "They're gonna think I smoke weed." It's the same thing with you. If you hang around people who have a certain reputation, their reputation will rub off on you. It can work positively for you. It can also work negatively. If you make the wrong choice of associates, it will work against you. So that's the 17th cause of failure is bad choice of associates. Next, prejudice and superstition was also laid out in Napoleon Hill. People who just had these ideas about how people are or how things are or what's going to happen if they do this, even though it is not based in any reality in their life, it's not based on any real experience, it's not based on any actual knowledge, it's just based on what they think. Well, I heard that Jewish people are this way, or I heard black dudes are like this, or I heard white girls are like this. That is prejudice and superstition. And sometimes people like to cover that up by making it sound like a joke, or making it sound like, something, or everybody believes that, or they use these little throwaway statements to kind of justify it, to rationalize it. Prejudice and superstition are causes of failure because it clouds your mind and clouds your judgment to make you think you know something about people when you actually know very little, because you don't have the experience. And the reason you'll have the experience is because of your prejudice, because you say, I know that all dudes who are from here are like this, so therefore you won't interact with them. Or I know all people who apply to this religion are like this, so therefore you have some negative feelings towards them, even though you never met these people. Even if let's say you met one girl and she was a certain type of way, so then you say, okay, well, the next girl I meet who looks like this, or who is from here, or who says this, I think they're going to be just like the last girl. And that's going to cut you off from any possibility of anybody who happens to be in any way associated with a past person. But it really has nothing to do with that. It's just your superstition and or your prejudice that is keeping you. It's basically an idea you have in your mind that is not based on any actual reality or experience, but is cutting you off from experience in life. That is a cause of failure. It's a cause of failure, and it is a symptom of foolishness to believe that you know something about a person when you don't, because you have not experienced anything with that person. Don't let your experience with one person cloud your experience with anybody else who happens to be from where they're from, do what they do, maybe talk how they talk, dress how they dress. Now, that's different from association, because if you're hanging with that person, then I have a reason to think that. But if you're not, you just happen to look like them, sound like them, you're from the same neighborhood as them, you went to the same school as them, you do the same job as them, doesn't necessarily mean that you're just like them. That's a different thing from association. You got to be smart enough to know the difference between the two, and objective enough to understand that not every human being is the same, even though they may look or sound the same, or something in your mind wants to associate them and make them appear to be the same, even though they're not. So prejudice is another major cause of failure. Next, a bad choice in vocation in life. And vocation just means the job that you choose to do. What do you choose to do with your time? Some of you are not good at sports, but you insist that you're going to become an athlete. Or some of you are not good at business, but you want to start a company. Some of you are not disciplined enough to be your own boss, but you want to be self-employed. Everybody can't do everything. Everything ain't for everybody, and everybody ain't for everything. You need to be wise enough, disciplined enough, confident enough, and honest enough with yourself to say, you know what, this is not for me. I'm not really that good at this. This is not my area of strength. This is not my zone. I need to do something different. Even though all my friends are doing this thing, even though everybody in my neighborhood said I should do this, even though my parents told me this is where the best opportunity is, this is not me. It's not me. I know this is not going to work for me. I know this is not going to turn out well for me. Let me do something different, because I know this doesn't speak to who I am as a person. You have to be, again, all these things I said, honest enough with yourself to have this conversation, confident enough in yourself to know that even though you're walking away from this thing, you can walk away in strength to something that may be more for you, or at least to go explore the world and see what's for you. Don't be prejudiced and superstitious and say you know something's not for you if you never tried it. Again, that's foolishness, and it causes you to fail anyway. And you got to be disciplined enough to know when it's time to walk away from something, because you know deep inside when it's time to walk away. You may not admit it consciously, but you know. So don't make the foolish decision of choosing the wrong vocation and then sticking to it just out of plain stubbornness, just because you want to prove a point, because at the end of your life, you won't have another one to live. So make sure you make the most of the one you have by choosing something that suits your spirit, your what's the word I'm looking for here? Your temperament and the type of person that you are. Choosing the wrong vocation is a major cause of failure in life. I'm just trying to stop my toaster oven. There we go. And the fifth cause in this video, major cause of failure in life, is a lack of concentration of effort. So this is related directly to persistence, which we talked about a couple videos ago. Once you decide that you're going to do something, you decide, you know what, I'm gonna put on 20 pounds of muscle. I'm gonna get gains this summer. And then you start working out, you lift weights for 60 days, and you're not really seeing any change. You ain't put on no weight at all. You maybe look a little bit more ripped, maybe not, but you're not seeing any type of change. So then you're like, man, I'm gonna just give it up. It's not working. Obviously, I got the wrong information. Obviously, I can't, I'm a hard gainer. I can't gain any weight. I can't put on muscle. And then you just stop concentrating your effort. Understand that, as they say, intensity beats extensity any day. I think that's the way that they say it. Now, that's not necessarily true at all times, but when you decide to focus on one thing in this area, it is true. So if you decide that you want to be a basketball player, then put your time into playing ball. It will take years of you focusing and investing in your basketball game, your training, the games you play in, working on your game, playing on teams, getting game experience, getting your name out there, whatever you got to do to market and promote yourself to move up to different levels, trying out for a team, not making it, working hard and going back and trying out again. It may take years of investments. It definitely will take years of investments for you to see the biggest return on that. So don't stop with your effort just because you didn't get a result fast, or you're not getting the same results as your friends, or somebody ridiculed you because you're not getting results, or anything that can happen from the outside world and within in your own mind that's causing you to stop focusing your concentration, to stop concentrating your efforts on one specific goal. And as we said, the number one cause of failure that Napoleon Hill pointed out was a lack of definite purpose in life. Figure out what your purpose is and focus on that purpose. However many years it takes, however much effort it takes, whatever amount of time and energy, attention, focus, money you need to invest that is going to take, that's what it takes to be successful in life. You can't make success in the fucking microwave. There's a microwave right here. We don't even use this microwave. For years we live here, never use this microwave. Toaster oven is what we use. It takes a little bit longer. Actually a whole lot longer, 10 times longer to heat up some food in it, but the food tastes a whole lot better and there's no radiation in it when it comes out the toaster oven. That's just a quick metaphor I'm giving you for concentration of effort. You must put the time in, put the effort in to get what you want. Would you make your Thanksgiving dinner in the fucking microwave, or would you make it in the oven? You'd rather have it in the oven, even though it takes longer, you know it's gonna taste better. And that's the way it works with success. And if you choose to try to get things in a microwave because you don't have that concentration of effort, you are setting yourself up for, first of all, radiation, and secondly, setting yourself up for failure. And you're setting yourself up for some nasty, chewy ass food that don't taste right. So anyway, let's recap the 5 causes of failure that have laid out here in this video. Number 1, I gotta make sure that I remember these 5 major, because we're going over Napoleon Hill's 31 major causes of failure. I can't remember the first one, so let's go backwards. The 5th one is lack of concentration of effort. The 4th one is bad choice in vocation. The 3rd one is prejudice and superstition. The 4th one is wrong choice of associates. And the first one, y'all might have to go back and look at the video because I can't even remember what the first one is. Give me a second. Give me 10 seconds. Let me see if I can think of what the first one is. It is overcaution. See, I got it. I got a good memory. I told you I got 10,000 hours in this. I can remember this stuff. Overcaution is the 5th of the 5, or the first of the 5 that we're given in this one, 16 through 20. 31 major causes of failure in life. Check yourself for these major causes of failure. Make sure you're not precipitating your own failure with these mistakes, and check the people around you, because if they're failing and you hanging with them, then your ass is about to start failing. Work on your game. DreAllDay.com. My book, Work on Your Game, Using the Pro Athlete Mindset to Dominate in Business, Sports, and Life, is available now where all books are sold, physical, digital, and of course the audiobook, 100% done by me. You have learned from these philosophies, the mental game, business, sports, life, anything you do, this is the book for you. Go get it now and work on your game. Dre all day.